Hello everyone, my name is Ash and welcome to my crafting corner.
This is so embarrassing. I can't believe I'm doing this.
That's one way of getting a Dragon Ball. Normally when doing the skin, I just use the skin tone over white paint, but this time I'm trying something new, using a pink undercoat. I actually watched the video from Tiny Little's 3D on his Bulma print, and saw how amazing the skin looked with his style of doing the undercoat of a pink, and wanted to try it out. Then apply the skin tone to the model piece. Gotta say, I really like how it turns out. It gives the anime character a little bit of color in their face. I wanted to base this paint job off of the Wild Rider art of Bulma, the one with the purple hair. I really like the style of it for Bulma. All of the parts with skin have the same base coat. This makes it so much easier to see the skin being painted on camera too. So that's always good. You can really see how much better the skin looks with that layer of pink. It sort of bleeds through, giving the skin a bit of a hue. I had to mix my own brown leather paint to get her boots right. I first did a gray version, but hated how it looked. I've been looking up videos on how to make things appear like leather. Turns out, it's mostly dry brushing from darker browns to lighter, and then applying a brown wash near the end to get into those lower parts. Since the boots are meant to look like they have been used and are dirty from being in the desert, you don't have to be too careful with the dry brushing. I want the base coat to almost not be seen completely. I absolutely love how the dry brushing looks here, how the lighter brown catches the tips of the leather folds in the boots. It looks so good. The red patch will be used for the words on her boots later. Using a pretty bright yellow, coat the shin protector in it all. Gotta make sure you get into all those hard to reach spots with the paint, so you really have to move the parts around a lot. Sometimes it can be a real pain in the ass. Then dry brush using the same light brown from the leather on the boots to really make it look like it's been in the desert for a while. I'm not too sure why it says Nax on the boots when the gloves later on are Max. Maybe Toriyama meant it to say Max as well. Little bits of silver are added to the buckles on the boots to make it look all shiny and pretty. More horrible handwriting time. I think I should have drawn out what I was going to write first, instead of freehand painting the letters and numbers here. I've never been known to have good-looking writing after all. The funny and sad part is, this is probably the better looking of the two gloves in terms of my writing. What I have been doing instead of filming both gloves or boots at the same time is do all the testing on one, get it all done, and seeing how I like it, and then film just the one. It's so much easier that way, and I find it really helps me get the look I want for the paint jobs. Using an orange to fill the back of the hand, then we work on the words. You can see, it's Max. I'm assuming he meant to have the boots say it as well. Add some gray lines to break up the fingers.
I know what. Look, I'll trade ya. You let me have your Dragon Ball, and I'll let you have a little peek.
What do I care about seeing your dirty old fanny?
It is not dirty, you rude little boy!
Man, the original Dragon Ball had some really funny and lewd parts in it. I miss that. The belt is the same gray used from the gloves. Gotta be careful when getting into those smaller spots. Lots of little breaks in the belt, at least when you go and start the next parts of it. The previous ones should be dry by the time you get around again. I didn't notice until I was editing the video, but I forgot to paint the part below the buckle black to make the silver easier to paint on. Then we dry brush the shit out of the bags and the knife, just like the boots. Don't gotta be careful. Her shoulder guard takes about 1 coat of gray, then just touch up the lower parts off screen. Since Bulma needs everyone to know who is wearing the clothes, she has to have her name on it, in bright yellow no less. I did a few layers of the yellow for her name. I think one thing I really need to invest in is higher quality brushes and high detail ones. If you know of some good ones, please leave me a comment below with their names. Now, this Dear God, I had to make so many fixes on it. Getting that outline was a nightmare. It would be, do a little bit of line work in black, go to white to touch up the lines, repeat over and over. Lucky for me, the words on the shirt are pushed out a little. It's funny, even though the letters are there for me to just paint over, my hand was still shaking while doing it. Maybe one day I won't get so nervous while filming and painting things. Bulma has so many awesome hairstyles throughout the manga. I love almost all, but you can't beat her bunny girl outfit. I actually went out and bought the purple for her hair and eyebrows. The camera could not pick up the very subtle layers when painting it, so you gotta deal with just seeing the eyebrows. I'm getting more used to my wet palette. Her eyes, I just added a small amount of white to the purple to brighten it up a tad bit. I really wanted to try and capture the style of the drawing. Building up the eyes with a wet palette is a slow and time-consuming thing. You really need to apply the layers slowly and make sure they are thinned out. Many thin layers are always better than a few really thick layers. Otherwise, you will see the brush strokes in the paint, which you don't want. And with that all done, it's time for the glamour shots. One of the biggest problems when printing these taller models is I can't get their whole body onto the camera without having it be in a portrait mode. These figures are big. I'm happy with how she turned out. I might do another Bulma print down the line, but with her normal blue hair, since you gotta have a purple and a blue hair one, it's the right thing to do after all. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to help it grow. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers. Pretty crazy.